Harlan Howard, who's a famous country songwriter, who wrote, so many great songs, but some of Patsy Cline's songs as well, was in the studio when I was in there singing a demo of Tiger by the Tail, because John was like, we'll just say that we want to pitch this to Patty Loveless. And we'll just say that's the reason. We'll tell the publisher, like, we need to make a demo of Tiger by the Tail and another Harlan song, and that we want to pitch it to Patty, and it would be a great Patty cover. But really, we were just trying to get me in front of people and in front of Harlan Howard, because my manager was married to my publisher. So they both had, a vested interest in me making it. And so I come out of the singing booth, and Harlan was standing there, and he said, you remind me of Loretta Lynn when she first moved to town. And I just almost passed out. And, that was before any technology. And so there was like a real phone in the studio at County Q. He picked up the real telephone, called Renee, and he said, I've got this little old gal here that I want you to meet. And so Renee and I met on my birthday, and we had lunch at Pancake Pantry, a late breakfast. And I'll never forget this, because I found a huge hair in my pancake.
Oh my
and it
God.
was just like something that, it's like, okay, that marks this day. Like, I'll never forget it. And I had a few other things recorded that I was able to play for her. And she said, you need to come in and meet my boss. And I can't really do it very well anymore.
No, you did. I remember we were drinking one night, and you did Renee Bell really well.
I used to be able to imitate her so well, but she's incredible. She's incredible. Yeah, you have to meet Joe Galante. He's incredible. He'll love you. And so I was kind of being looked at by a few other labels in town, and one was Rising Tide, and the one that
Tim and Tony.
Yeah. And who did you say?
Tim and Tony, I think, were at Rising Tide.
Yes, yeah. And so there were two things at play. I didn't realize what a big deal you were.
Neither did I.
Well, you acted like it.
Oh, I did? Okay.
Well, you acted, not in a bad way, but I knew when I was meeting you, like, my life is changing right now, like, real time. And so I remember we pulled up, and you had been in New York, I think, and you had a limo bring you to the label, because we pulled up kind of behind you and we watched you get out. And Brenner was like, there he is. There's Joe. And then I started getting kind of nervous, like, oh my God, this is, because to the artist, one opportunity like that is everything. It's life or death. And what I've always loved about you too is that you seem to understand that and realize that, like, you've always had a heart for your artist and a love for your artist, and you always let me do what I want, musically, which we'll get into that in a minute. But I remember I watched you get out of the limo, and we were like, okay, and I think we said a prayer, and my ex-husband at the time came, and he played guitar and piano, and I sang 3 songs for you. And just in this small little meeting room, and it was me and Craig and Brenner and you and Renee. And I sang this one song called One Girl Cried, I believe was the name of the song. And it was a very emotional song, very sad song. And I remember seeing tears swelling up in your eyes, like it was moving you. And so we left. But the funniest thing was, I said to you, what can RCA Records do for me? Because I was so naive. I was like, and if I hadn't been so naive, like, and told people that I was going to say that, they would have been like, do not say that. That is so, like, who do you think you're talking to? But I did. Do you remember me asking you that?
Vaguely.
Yeah. I said, what can RCA Records do for me? And you were so kind. And you said, well, we're a huge record label. we've had a lot of success with female artists, and we have a great promotion team, and they'll go out and get your songs played on the radio. And I was like, okay. And then it was, probably like a year later or whatever that I realized, like, I can't believe I asked that question.